Well, hello and welcome back to another episode, or maybe this is mid-episode, I don't know how it works out in the edit. Bit weird last night, I think the mic got a bit wet and stopped working, but it's working alright this morning, but it has highlighted maybe I should go and buy a spare. So on my way I found various camera shops, so I'm just heading to the nearest one and I'm just going to pop in there and pick up 2 spare mics. And I can have them in the bag just in case it all gets wet again, because that was a bit worrying. I thought I had to buy a whole new GoPro and everything, but it seems okay. We're just about to test it out again. Anyway, you joined me in the pod. Here we are, and I'm just about to go outside and start up the bike. Just about to do 48 kilometres to the nearest camera shop, which is open, and I've checked what they've got in stock online, and they do have mics in stock online. So I thought I'd go there. And then while I'm parked I can get some breakfast, because they don't do breakfast here, and then I'm going to head over to Elt's Castle, which I'm so excited for, and then hopefully from there onwards gets a bit more scenic. Anyway, catch you soon.
Good morning. Had a lovely little night in my camping pod. I think they're mainly designed for warm weather, because that was a bit chilly. I had the heater on, but still not quite great. And I would have loved a rear curtain as well, but anyway. There we go, so we're just at a little campsite. It's quite sweet really. I'll definitely come back here in the summer. I think it'd be perfect in the summer. It's got loads of shops nearby. The cafe was actually pretty decent, and I think he said they do barbecues. And he said when it's busier they've got a sauna and a hot tub. So I thought, oh, that'd be cool, but it's only when it's busy they have it all running. Anyway. Right, just start the bike up and just going to head over to a little place in France, just on the very border, called Givi, and we're going to get 2 spare microphones, and then we'll turn back and head across through Luxembourg over towards Elt's Castle, looking out for anywhere that does a decent breakfast on the way. So yeah, I think that was a lovely little campsite, to be honest. All this nice farmland surrounding it, so it was lovely and quiet. I think it was a bit colder than I was imagining. The little pod did have heating, which really helped actually. I think without the heating I probably would have given up and found somewhere else, to be honest, because it was cosy. But it had everything I needed. I don't know why it said it had cooking facilities, because it definitely didn't. But the cafe was really nice actually. I paid something like €4 for my burger. Now, the meat was thinner than a salami slice, which would explain the pricing. But actually it was all pretty good. It was nice and fresh. It was obviously just sort of, what do you want we sell that's deep fried, but anyway. So the plan for today is we're heading over towards France actually, just very quickly, just to go and get a spare mic or 2, and then we're going to head back over through Luxembourg into Germany and have a look at Elt's Castle, which I'm really looking forward to. And from Elt's Castle I load up the TomTom route through the wine roads of Germany, and then down towards the Rhine River and the Rhine Falls, which I remember from my school trip. Lovely bit of gravel on the corner there. So this is the N911 or 911. Wow, this is exactly the type of road I was hoping for, to be honest. Just swooping, bit of countryside. So one thing I did yesterday, classic idiot tourist, I at the bar they had this joke menu that was like the cost of different things we can tell your wife, like he's at the shops, we've never heard of him, no, never seen him here before, yes, he said he's coming back now. And I thought it was the starter menu, so I got it and I got out my translator app and I translated it, and it was coming up with things like he's gone to the shops or no, never heard of him. So I thought that was quite funny, to be honest, because I was there going, oh yeah, I fancy a bit of calamari or some garlic bread or something, but no. It was a joke menu, so that was quite entertaining. But if you haven't checked it out already, the Google Translate app is absolutely brilliant. If you get your camera, you just hold your camera over the menu and you'll see the words change through your screen, which is really useful actually, because it saves you typing it in and having to spell these different words. You just really point the camera at it and you see on your screen it changes, and it's pretty accurate as well in terms of rephrasing the words. So rather than like cheese with hamburger, it actually changes it round to say hamburger with cheese and salad and chips. I haven't found anything it can't do yet, to be honest, but sure I will. There's a bit of a delay finding the guy. When I rang a few times, they eventually told me to go and knock on the caravan behind the reception desk, so off I went and knocked, and obviously the man wasn't expecting to be at work until 6 o'clock, and it was about 4:30 and I woke him up. So I just saw this ginormous belly with no t-shirt on sort of peek around the corner. And he was not very pleased at all, and he shouted loads of stuff in French, and turned out he said I'll be with you in 5 minutes, but he didn't sound very happy about it. So I sat for about 10 minutes and I thought, right, he's just shouted something French at me. So I rang the hotline again, so I rang the guy, and I did my worst impression ever of what I think he said, and he said, oh yeah, he's just said oh, I'll be with you in 5 minutes. Anyway, so when I was on the phone to the big boss who owns the place, the naked boss came out with more clothes on and actually helped me out with a key. So there's a bit of translation back and forth on the app, but eventually we got there. Gotta say, this bike turns a lot of heads actually, which is really nice. Everyone I pass is having a good old look at it, and it's an absolutely beautiful bike. And I think these side boxes from Unit Garage really make it look absolutely fantastic. So if you didn't spot them on the video earlier, here's a photo of them now. I think they look absolutely great. All I need now is a bag that fits between them that's easier to get off. Now I do actually have an SW Motec bag, which I probably should have just taken with me. It's got plenty of storage. I'm going to take it into the hotel tonight and just repack it, because I think the clothes have got a bit loose in there. And to be fair, I didn't pack them very well to start with. I thought I just threw everything in, but I feel like if I actually roll everything, it might get better. Right, we are very nearly there, 1.2 kilometres to go. I've pulled into what I thought it was, but it's not. I'm not quite there yet. I'm actually at a shop. Fantastic. Let's go give Fnac a go. Oh yeah, typical French parking there. Peugeot, and they're in 2 spaces. Classic. Right, catch you soon. Welcome back. I'm just outside the shop, and weirdly they play English music just out to the car park. Anyway, strange place. You know, I parked on the left. You know, on my left there was a car that had parked like not in a space. The guy had the cheek to get angry at the driver next to him, who parked literally door to door, so this guy blocked the other guy in. But the man who parked literally in the wrong space, like over the white line, like taking up 2 spaces, had the cheek to get annoyed at the other guy. It was very entertaining. I can't talk French, but if I could, I think I could tell you what was going on. I think they were saying, you stupid idiot, why can't you park properly? And the other one was saying, you stupid idiot, why did you park so close to me? It was comedy gold. Sadly, I am outside a McDonald's because it was the only thing I could find, and it was that or go into the supermarket and then sort of eat my food in the car park. But I thought, well, I was right outside it anyway, so I figured I might as well. Sadly, I had to go to McDonald's. Again, I don't really like going there, but there you go. So the plan now is we're heading over towards Eltz Castle, which is the Berg Eltz. So we're still making our way towards Elks Castle, and we're on the N89. So I'm just following this beautiful woodland curvy road, and I'm between La Roque et Ardan and Samry. So yes, we're on the N89, and at the petrol station you had to pay first, so I had to guess how much things were going to cost, and then I had to tell her what pump, and then to top it all off I had the choice of 3 different types of petrol. So I just want Sans Plum Essence 10, which is the cheapest stuff. It's all the same really, unless you drive like an ultra performance vehicle, in which case you might be able to tell the difference. So I was helped by some builders who hopefully weren't mocking me, because they seemed to be making the situation better, because whenever they spoke she understood. So as there are 3 of us, I managed to get some petrol, and then I had to go out and fill up, and there was €1 short, so I had €1 spare, but I could not get any more in the tank, and I couldn't get any more in the bottle because you had to leave space for it to expand and such. So sadly I had to leave €1 of petrol in the pump. So if you're the next person who gets to the pump and there was €1 worth free petrol, then there you go. This reminds me of Norfolk actually, just long straight roads with not a lot going on. Occasionally there's a little shower of rain, but mostly it's been quite dry so far. But I've got to say, I'm loving this Goretex stuff. Just, if it rains I don't need to stop and put my waterproofs on, but then when it's sunny I'm not getting sweaty at all. I'm really chuffed with this Goretex stuff. The trousers are pretty great. I wish I kept the thermal trousers in for a little bit longer, but then of course I'd have to carry them round. So actually I'm sacrificing cold legs for hopefully a bit more space when I get to Italy, because Italy, hopefully by the time I get to Italy, I think they said it would be about 22, 23 degrees Celsius in the days, which is sounds lovely to me. I think I found the cold bit. There's all snow there, you see. Oh, it must be cold over there. That's all the snow still on the fields. Gives me the shivers. Oh, that's getting thicker. You know you're in a cold place and you start seeing signs for the ski centre. Yeah, let's try this place. This looks good. Yes, fantastic. Just need to work out how to get in there. Oh, you can always count on German people, can't you? I just enjoyed my first ever official currywurst from Germany, as we are in Germany now. I didn't go to this petrol station, I went just over there, there's a little shop over there. Perfect. And I liked it so much, I went back for one more immediately. So there we go, I am full of currywurst. And I'm also near Elks Castle, so I'm just going to check I've still got Elks Castle selected. Yep, fantastic, let's rock and roll. So this is it, everyone's German now and everyone's wearing masks, which make me think, oh, should I have a mask on? But she didn't say 9, we must leave. They didn't say you don't have a mask, get out. And I read that Germany had let go of all mask restrictions in public areas as of the 18th of March. So, unless I read it wrong, but I've got to say that currywurst, fantastic. It was a lot sweeter than I'd imagined, actually. I'd had currywurst down as a bit spicy, but it was actually very sweet ketchup with some curry powder on top of it. And the German people, even eating currywurst, they were very efficient. In, sit down, order, eat the currywurst, leave. Next person comes in, orders, eats the currywurst, leaves. It was only me, the confused tourist, who went back to the counter a few times, but admittedly wanted more currywurst, didn't I? And it's a bit easier for me being in Germany when I'm ordering and stuff, because I did German at school for a few years. I've actually got an idea of how to say small chips, large chips, small drink, drink. It's mainly quite easy. Drink is trinkt, eat is essen, so small chips is kleine Fritte, and large chips is große Fritte, which is actually big chips. So currywurst was quite easy. I just said, I'm currywurst. So I gave her the money. And because I got the basics of the numbers down as well. I've got 87 kilometres to go till the castle. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then hopefully I can have a look around the castle, fly the drone around for a bit, and get a hotel nearby. If it goes a bit rainy, what I'm going to do is get to the castle, have a look unless it's really raining, and then I'll go straight to the hotel and I'll just check the castle out in the morning, because it's actually free to enter the grounds, so I wouldn't mind actually going into the grounds of it and having a look. It's only if you want to look inside, that's when you have to pay some money. But to be honest, I don't want to look inside an old castle. I've seen what it looks like, I've seen a video, I know what the actual interior of the rooms look like. I don't really need to have a guided tour for like an hour. I'm mainly just interested in what's the outside look like, find out a bit of history, have a little look at it. I thought that could be really cool. Well, I was never very good at the German at school. I probably should have said that a bit earlier on. I've got the basics down, so I don't see what else is so difficult. So this is the German town of Startkill, and oh, it's very sweet, isn't it? Now, I did actually read that some of this doesn't come by lorry. If it's next to a river, which is this one is, they float it down the river and sort of fish it out at the river, and there are little boats that sort of ferry it up and down. I'm not entirely sure if that's one of those, but there you go. But they do that in some parts. It's mainly Canada, but there you go. Actually a bit nerdy, but in lockdown I built a model. I built a model logging tug that was fully remote control and all painted. It's not quite finished, but here's a photo of it on the screen. Yep, that's what lockdown does to someone. Makes you really dull. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun. I got to paint and then let the paint dry and then assemble it. And it was sort of a kit, you know. So I should really finish that when I get back. So I never tend to see many bikers when I'm out and about. I've seen one that was on a BMW GS, of course, naturally, and I saw another one that was on a Panniers. And there's a channel called Got to Go, which is made by a lady called Lee. And Lee has recently posted saying she's in Germany and she does ride a Panniers, but I don't think it's as blinged out as that one I saw, because that one had all signage on the front of it. But thing is, I do watch her videos, but not avidly enough to say, oh my god, it's you, finally, can I meet you? Although I do enjoy them. Now, sometimes they don't tell you the speed's changed, but generally a big sign with a village on it, name on it, does tend to mean it's about to drop down to 50. So here we go, I'll just wind it back down to 50. Oh, 50's slow. There we go. Gotta say, I'm absolutely loving These German roads, they're so smooth, and there's a bit of gravel in the centre sometimes, but they're just so smooth. Right, some very stormy black clouds over there. Helpful bit of gravel on the corner there. Couldn't really get the line I wanted there because of the gravel, but at least I spotted that time.